Hello, my name is Melissa Glackin and I work at King's College London. Over the past decade, I've been exploring out of classroom learning and environmental education. So the question I've been pondering, and I challenge you to have a think about, is so what is the place for environmental education in our secondary schools? And now in asking that, and other questions sort of quickly start to emerge, such as, if there is a call for more environmental education in our schools, in what form should it take? Where should it be in our school timetable? Who should teach it? Who should learn it? And at what age should they be learning it? What's the content will be included and what content will be excluded? How will or won't it be assessed? What will be assessed? Who will assess it? And what will that assessed outcome actually mean? These are just some of the important questions that emerge as we begin to consider the place for environmental education in our secondary schools. So how might we start to respond? Well, I contend that we need to be clear and explicit about our own beliefs concerning environmental education and what we consider the aims and objectives of this thing or this concept are. These won't be fully formed. They will shift and they will be shaped. However, in starting to attempt to articulate them and with others around us, we begin to move towards a shared perspective. This is important in that having a clear aim, a vision for the purpose of environmental education, this will help to inform the answers and then the decisions that we later make to some of the questions that I originally posed at the start. So for what it is worth, my current belief is that environmental education is not a traditional school subject, like science or history. And I don't think it should be striving to be that. Rather, it is a theme or concept that is entwined across the formal school curriculum. Just as literacy and numeracy, environmental education is so important that for our future lives, that it is essential that it becomes an implicit as well as an explicit element running across our school curriculums, both in the formal as well as the informal sense of that word curriculum. So whilst I'm saying it is fluid, it is not to say that it cannot have substance or a structure. However, the process of infusing environmental education across our curriculums is far more complicated, and it cannot, if it's going to basically have the impact that it needs to be on our lives. So my belief is that environmental education is a process of developing an understanding of the relationships between humans, non-humans, our world, our life support system. Whilst raising awareness and offering knowledge, environmental education also emphasises environmental responsibility through social action and personal behaviour. So in short, environmental education ought to challenge us to ask, what kind of world do we want to live in, and how might I actually play my part in achieving this world?